Hey everyone, this is Octavia with Prelude, and we're here today to look at APT38 WannaCry. Um, so before we get into the chain, it's important to talk about what was going on just before. And in the summer of 2016, the shadow brokers first appeared, offering to auction tools and exploits they had allegedly stolen from the NSA. And to date, it's not confirmed who the shadow brokers are, though it is suspected to be a Russian state-affiliated group. So there were 5 shadow broker leaks in total, with the final leak containing EternalBlue and DoublePulsar and other comparatively fun tools. A month prior to this final leak on April 14th, 2017, Microsoft actually issued patches for EternalBlue and some of the other vulnerabilities, which itself is interesting. Of course, patching is slow, not always possible for reasons. So with NSA exploits in the wild, it was an understandably tense time for a lot of folks in the InfoSec community. Fast forward 1 month, North Korea never shying away from stirring the pot, integrated EternalBlue and DoublePulsar exploits into a wormable ransomware known as WannaCry. And it's not known whether the release of WannaCry was intentional. North Korea never claimed responsibility for the attack. In particular, why there's speculation about whether it was an accident or an attack or whatever, is the existence of a kill switch in the code. When a particular domain is registered, the ransomware attempts to beacon out to this domain, and if it can, it aborts execution. This is a pretty obvious trigger. Anyone can go and register this domain, which means that tool as an offensive capability is practically useless the second someone figures that out, which is what happened within a few hours of the outbreak. Regardless of all of that, what is understood is the effect. And since 2017, WannaCry has resulted in more than $4 billion in damages, more than 200,000 infected devices across 150 countries. So pretty bad as far as ransomware goes. Now let's look at our chain. What we've done this week is simulate kind of the main exploits along with persistence techniques, impact, and that initial beaconing. So our first technique, we're using PowerShell to make a GET request to the WannaCry kill switch domain. Your network monitoring services devices should pick this up, like IDS or whatever. It's going to make your IDS sad, which is what we're looking for. And once that's completed, once the GET request is sent, we stage shellcode that we're going to use in the EternalBlue NUMA-EX plugin. So we're just copying that over to the post. For our chain, it contains calc.exe. I've already run EternalBlue and the chain in the background here. If we go over to our Windows device, we get this weird interactive service detection pop-up. If we view the message, boom, calculator is actually running here. Okay, so once that shellcode is staged, then we actually use EternalBlue and DoublePulsar. And these work against any unpatched Microsoft SMB v1 machines. The NUMA-EX plugin, it's coded in Go. It can be run on any machine, so you can run this from your Linux or Mac device if you want, against the Windows device. And yep, once EternalBlue exploits the SMB service, it uses DoublePulsar to load that shellcode into kernel memory space and execute it. So then we have two persistence techniques, both found in WannaCry. The first is to persist the encryptor using registry key persistence. Second is the persistence of the decryptor using WScript to create a link file to that binary. And then for impact, we're assuming that encryption has happened already. We kill database and email processes. This is a behavior that WannaCry also has. If those database and email servers are not running, this command will return a fail, which is okay. If it's running, it'll kill them. And then lastly, deleting volume shadow copies, which we have also seen before in our previous ransomware chains. However, this time we're doing it in the exact way that WannaCry does it. So that's it. If we look at our chain, we've already run it here. As you can see, everything has completed successfully, except for the database and email processes, which I do not have running on this Windows 7 VM. So that's it for this week's chain. I hope you all enjoyed it, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.